Hello, good morning. It is time for our daily or our weekly meditation and silent breath work time. So let's do a little bit of breath work to get us grounded initially. So let's take a deep breath in and hold it just here for the moment. And release. All right. I'm Catherine Chestnut. Thank you for being here. I'm delighted to see you. Let's just start initially by just let me saying we're going to do some breath work. We're going to have some silent meditation. And I am going to play some music because that tends to be the way that we all work a little bit better when we're grounded in the moment. So put your feet flat on the ground and legs not crossed. And if you have a watch on, I'm going to ask you to take it off because we want that energy to flow freely through us. Now, that said, if you're new and it's your first time doing silent meditation, it's okay if you struggle with that, because I know I have struggled with that in the past because my mind wants to run around doing things, solving problems, because that is what our brains are wired to do. They're wired to multitask and they're wired to be solving problems constantly. So when you find yourself drifting off into some thought that perhaps you don't need to be thinking of at the moment, that's completely fine. Just bring yourself back to your breath or listen to me. I will give you prompts occasionally to get yourself into that place. And today I want to try a different breath technique that perhaps you may or may not have tried. And if you haven't, I actually have this deck called Breath Practice Cards, which I absolutely love. I will include the link to that in the description down below. But the breathwork cards have introduced me to breathwork techniques that I haven't known about before in the past. So that's always been kind of fun. But today we'll do something that is kind of my go-to when I'm in a stressful situation, or one time when I was getting dry needling, and when I had to get a cortisone shot um, in my hip, which whew, that was a very long needle. Um, I found myself defaulting to the 4-7-8 breath technique. It is a way to focus your mind and release stress. And I really love the way that it works. So let's try that to start with before we do any silent breath work. So I like to close my eyes when I'm doing some breath work because it helps me focus more on the sensations in my body. But you don't have to do that. You can gaze softly downwards, whatever works best for you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. So, closing our eyes or gazing softly downwards. And then let's take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're holding for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling for 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just sit here for a moment. Hand on your chest. Breathe naturally. Pay attention to the sensations in your body. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now, one of the other things that will help you stay focused on your breath is inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And when you're doing that, it's nice to focus on that inhale and recognize the coolness of the air as it's moving through your nostrils. And then exhaling through your mouth gives you another place to experience sensations that you can focus on. The breath work, any breath work, and we'll try something different every single week. We'll do a little different breath work before we move into a silent meditation. And it's not technically going to be silent because I'm going to play some music. I occasionally will give you some guidance to bring your focus back to your breath or the sensations in your body. And if you have a question about anything at any time, just put that in the chat. Or if you want to let me know where you're coming from, you can put that in the chat too. But I'll always be looking for that. Even while we're being silent, I'm going to close my eyes and peek occasionally to see if somebody has a question. But I'm really glad you're here. Thank you so much. But take the moment to just quietly be. Now, silent meditation can be a little tough if you're not used to it. And I would suggest that give yourself some grace. Give yourself the grace to appreciate what it is that you're doing. Because what you're doing is helping yourself have a pause, a reset for your emotions and your mental state. It's also helpful for your physical self as well. and your emotions. And I would say the breath work that we just did, the 4-7-8 breath technique, is also good for when you're emotionally stressed or in a very stressful situation. I tend to find myself just defaulting to that whenever I get into a stressful situation, whether it's pain, physical pain, like I was talking about earlier, or emotional distress, emotional pain or anxiety. I remember I had a panic attack and I don't get them very often. Actually, the first time I had one, I didn't even know what it was. I was like, "What is going on?" And I realized that I was in some sort of mental and emotional distress, and so I defaulted to the 4-7-8 technique, and it took me down. It helped me to relax and let go of some of the stress that I was feeling. So I also have some meditations for the 4-7-8 technique here on YouTube, but I also have them available on Spotify and on Insight Timer as well, which is a free meditation app. Okay, so let's try some silent meditation. I'm going to play some music because that tends to help me be a little bit more grounded in my body and not floating around. And again, your feet should be flat on the ground. Acknowledge the sensation that's under your feet because that is another way to get us grounded and present in this moment, which is part of the goal of what we're doing here. And a silent meditation might feel tough for you at first. We'll start slowly because it tends to be a little bit easier if we take it in smaller chunks. So I'll play a little bit of music and then we'll go from there. If you find your mind wandering already, just bring it back to the sensation under your feet and your breath. If it helps, put your hand on your chest or your belly and feel the breath moving through your body. All right. Now, that may have been a little bit long for some of you. That is about a 5-minute piece of music. So, if you find that you're struggling with 5 minutes, then I would say start small. Start with 30 seconds. 30 seconds of focusing on your breath, or maybe a minute. And in fact, I do have a meditation that is 90 seconds long that walks you through focusing on your sensations of your body and your breath for just 90 seconds. And sometimes that's all we need to relax. And I actually like to do it even when I'm not feeling stressed. I like to listen to a meditation that focuses me on my body. So I feel present, very present. And that is mindfulness in action. And mindfulness is being present in the moment without any judgment at all. And being present, whether it be relaxing or walking through a busy airport, because I've been known to do the breath meditations, different ones, as I'm walking through an airport or before I go into an important meeting that I might be stressed about the outcome, or I just want that moment of peace before I go in and knock them dead. Whatever is going to work best for you. Now, if you want to practice this more, again, set a timer. You can do that on Insight Timer if you like, or just use your phone to set a little timer for shorter chunks if that's helpful for you. Remember, if you ever see your mind wandering, just bring it back to your breath and give yourself the grace to be here in this moment. A short meditation anytime can help ground you and bring you back to more presence. Now, I'm going to be doing this every week. Like I said, we're going to try different breath techniques before we move into a silent meditation or silent with music. And if you want to come back and try something different every week, I encourage you to do so. And if you like journaling, you can join me every morning. I do a live mindful journaling inspiration talk. It's about 5 or 6 minutes, but I will give you an affirmation. I'll talk about that affirmation, and then I'll give you a prompt for your journaling for that day. And I encourage you to join me anytime you like. In the meantime, if you have any questions, send me a message, or you can go to my website and send me an email that way as well. I'm always happy to answer questions or get feedback from people who are looking for more guidance or just really appreciate one of my meditations. Those are some of my most favorite emails and messages that I get. There is also a new audio course here. It's called Autumn Soul Reset. It's 7 sessions. So one little week, not asking for more than that, but it walks you through different techniques to be present. And I was inspired by the season to create this particular course. And I encourage you to listen to it. And don't forget to hit subscribe, because I'm always doing new meditations and talking about different forms of mindfulness and how to be present and how that can help you with your life. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm so happy that you were here. Thank you so much for being present. I'm very grateful for that. I always love having people in the room with me as we are taking this moment on a Sunday morning to just be present. Have a beautiful day.